Hey guys, welcome to a different style of video today. Let me introduce you to the newest member of the Michy family, the Bluetti AC300 and B300 plus PV350s times 2. And let me tell you, labor and delivery was a breeze. Now I have aptly named her, yes it's a her, she is named Baby Blue, sister to all of the other baby bears in the house. And I know it's not the most original name, so I am open to suggestions. If anyone has a better name, let me know in the comments. But before we get into all of the fun stuff, we must get edumacated. Hello students. I like the glasses, I feel like they make me look smarter, but I see that they're very reflective, so let's go without them. So let me quickly tell you about this setup from Bluetti. It is the first serious-sized home battery backup system or modular solar power system that Bluetti has come up with for either on or off the grid. It's customizable, so as is with one B300, you have yourself 3,072 watt hours of power, or you can add up to 4 B300 batteries and have yourself 12,288 watt hours of power, depending on your needs. Let me first talk about the AC300. The AC300 does not have its own battery. It needs to be connected. It doesn't even shut on or off unless it's connected to one B300. So what that allows for is it allows itself to house larger components. So it has a large solar charge controller, allowing a whopping 2,400 watts of solar input capability. It also has a large 3,000 watt pure sine wave inverter with a 6,000 watt surge, which is useful or applicable in many situations because pure sine wave is required for accurate power conversion, and that helps prevent damage to electronics. It basically makes your power pure, clean, and consistent. The AC300 also comes equipped with some outputs, so everything on the front is an output. So we have our 12 volt, 24 volt DC outputs. We have DC output USB-A, USB-C for quick, fast charging of your, say, your smartphone. It has 6 AC outlets, your RV outlet, and it has on the top wireless charging capability. On the side is all of your input stuff. This whole setup, by the way, can be charged in 7 different ways. AC, solar, car, generator, dual AC, lead acid battery, and AC and solar. And I actually could say that there's maybe 8 if you were to say that you could generator and solar. Even though generator is producing AC, typically AC is going to be referred to as on the grid. So maybe it's 8 ways. One thing that intrigues me is there is a wind turbine option as one of the many ways you can charge it. So I'm going to look into that. Recharging with AC with the 3,000 watt max input is 1.5 hours. The solar charging max 2,400 watts can be done in 1.8 hours. And if you have the AC and the solar simultaneously, 1.5 hours. Okay, let's move on down to the B300. She is packed with an astonishing 3,072 watt hours of lithium iron phosphate cells, and again can be customizable and bumped up to 12,288 watt hours depending on your needs. On the front, it also houses its own 12 volt car output, USB-C, USB-A chargers, and each battery has its own battery charge indicator. On the side as well is the battery to battery hookups, the big DC cable, or this can be charged on its own with solar. This system is also Bluetooth and Wi-Fi enabled, so from the convenience of your smartphone, download the app and you can see all of the goings on with your setup from the convenience and comfort of your phone. So you can check your inputs, your outputs, you can turn your DC and AC on or off. You can check the condition of your batteries and all of that kind of stuff. Let's get to the fun stuff. As a lot of you know, Steve and I have 2 properties. Where I'm at now is home base. We are on grid here and we have 10 acres. We have a creek. This is where my sawmill is. We also have the lake property about 2 hours away, 20 acres off grid. We have the brown dovetail log cabin down closer to the water. And then we have your girl here building the little cabin on the cliff about 1,500 vertical feet up the mountain from the main cabin close to the top of the property. Between these 2 properties, I have thought of a lot of different ways I could and would use this setup, and I thought it would be kind of fun to showcase some of those with you. If I were to keep this setup here at home and use it as a home battery backup in the event of a power outage, I could do that. We do get power outages here. They most often happen in the wintertime. They don't happen a lot, but they do happen. They last anywhere from seconds to minutes up to 8 hours. And we've had several days in the past, and we actually do not have any backup. We have just endured these power outages. This setup, as it is with the one battery, can power a 1,000-watt microwave for 2.6 hours. It can power a 700-watt fridge for 3.7 hours, a life-saving 40-watt CPAP machine for 65 or more hours, and it can power a washing machine for about 5.2 hours. When we get a power outage in the wintertime, I'm thinking heat, food, and water. So heat, I run a little ceramic heater that we have had here at the house on that. Super handy. Food. Let's say the power goes out just before dinner. What you gonna do? What are you gonna cook? Well, you could be simple and you can maybe just toast up some of your homemade sourdough English muffins for dinner. Dinner is served, darling. Or you could toss a few leftovers in your microwave. Or ladies, if you're anything like me and you're looking for any excuse to not cook dinner because you cook dinner every single night of the week, you can still get dolled up and have your husband take you out for dinner. But say for breakfast, you'd prefer to stay in. You can do that. You can make yourself some coffee. You can have some freshly cooked homemade sourdough English muffins with your coffee in the comfort of your own home with the ones you love. Down. Good boy. Water. We have been without water in this house in both the summer and the winter. Obviously, the water pump runs on electricity. So when we had power out for 3 to 4 days, we didn't have water either. We also, you could get your pipes frozen or your well breaks down, which happened with us in the summertime. We have a submersible, I think it's called a sump pump. We use that to discard the rainwater off the top of our swimming pool cover. So I thought it'd be fun to go retrieve that and put it to the test. I feel like I've just been digging my way into China. Anyone else have this much snow? With your brother and sister. There it is. This is what I want. And take baby Blue on her first adventure. And would you look at that? There's a tree down and I can just not get under it. I'm gonna have to hike back out and get my chainsaw. All right, I am at the creek, sort of half set up here. You're in a pinch, you need water, you'll do what needs to be done. 185 watts. Something else that's gonna happen is that's where I tried to get those logs from, right there, that area. Steve and I are building a cabin. So it's going to be a dual project. It's going to be something that he and I are going to do together. And a system like this would be really useful because we don't have power down here to help us build a cabin. And I don't know, can't you just see a wood-fired hot tub over there and using this to pump water into the little wood-fired hot tub? I don't know. Do I dream too big? All right, so what about the off-grid property? If anyone saw the video where I got stuck in my truck at the top of the property, on the trail there where I park, if you saw that, The guy that pulled me out is the guy that plows that trail. He has property up the lake. That's what he was out there doing. He was actually 10 kilometers or so up the trail, beginning to plow it for everyone. He does that throughout the year, periodically throughout the winter. And I've since chatted with him and it is all plowed. So I don't necessarily need to do this, but the thought crossed my mind that I would take out our little electric snowblower and use my Bluetti to power with the snowblower, and I could snowblow out my own parking space, sprinkle down some sand or some sawdust, and be much more prepared and safely get out of my parking space and get home. That pretty much leaves me to let you guys know where I think you guys all would anticipate Baby Blue living. That's right. She is going, we are going, her and I, and some other things are going out to the cliff. And that is gonna be her final home. So let's take her out on her second big adventure. I knew I was in for a long and hard day transporting my Bluetti power station out there and down that steep mountainside by myself in the middle of winter. But I knew the overwhelming benefit awaiting me on the other side. Most things in life that are worth it are hard, and succeeding after the struggle has so much more satisfaction. How I've gone so long without a power station to support me on this build becomes insignificant at this point, because I know how it will transform my life moving forward out there. What this means for me is that I can be more efficient. I can work smarter rather than harder if I want to or need to. My overnight stays will be so much more comfortable. I have a sense of security, safety, and comfort in the off-grid Canadian wilderness while bringing life to my vision for this cabin on this cliff. I know what having a Bluetti power station means to me, but what would it mean for you and your vision? A very special thank you to Bluetti for sponsoring this video. Use my link in the description and use this code to get yours at a special discount that Bluetti is offering from March 15th to 30th of this year. All the products and details will be listed in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining me on this one, friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.